Let's get that kneecap bobbing down.
I'm a little bit off my game because I was really looking forward to listening to my favourite podcast this week, but it's somehow missing. Wonder where it's gone.
What is it called? Johnny Donuts? What's it called?
What's up, guys? Jez here from Whiskefy, and welcome to another episode of WhiskefyTV, your favourite weekly whiskey TV show where we open bottles of Scotchy Scotch and we pour them out for good friends. People obviously don't know how this operates because they're opening videos with volume on. So I really hope it was some funny meme. Was that the child?
It was Beast.
It was Beast. But as long as Beast is doing another bottle chug, we're here for it.
Right, in the spirit of, pardon the pun, JC coming back, I'm going to do a chug. But because he's a little bitch, I'm not going to use a giant bottle, I'm going to use a little bitch bottle. This one. Cheers, cunt. Oh. Gang, just like, oh. Don't do that.
Now, I want to bring on my two beautiful co-hosts. One that has finally picked up all his toys out of the cot and decided to come back to the Discord. We love him. Mr. JC.
Oh, first again.
Yeah, you need to come first twice because, gives...
You haven't come in a while.
No. Fair. Is that what you had last week off? Or the week before off? Yeah. Sorry, we interrupted sex night. JC, Jack in the bottle. Get up, mate. As soon as JC's here, we're gonna... Do you want some kind of special interest? Yeah, well, that's fine.
Well, Bender's your client, so...
He just wants to know when Simone's free, really. Jacob.
Or he
What's the lane? He just tells me.
He just tells me. Go around. Okay, I'll leave. I'll go get a coffee.
Poor Simone. Oh, yeah, but coffee and donuts. Shell stocks? Touch me. But... Ooh, don't threaten me with a good time. It's a very special episode. Because much like our little McKellen episode, it wasn't McKellen. It was Puppy and Cork.
That wasn't bad. That's not bad.
Thank you. I'll take that. We are...
McKellen, not McKellen.
Listen, alright?
There's no Kellen there. It's...
Listen, alright? I'm the brand ambassador, you're not. Alright?
You are a brand ambassador. Sorry, continue.
Thank you. I am, it's up the back. It's like the little glass somewhere. I should probably move it so we can easily grab it and reference it. We have a bottle of...
You're so subtle with that one.
Yeah, well, it's not my bottle. To be fair, last time when I was at yours, I couldn't push it off the top because,
Floorboards in glass.
Floorboards in glass. And I didn't want to be cleaning that up.
No.
Good bottle too. Lagavulin Offerman Batch 1 for episode 153. Do I really need to
Why is it being done? Is that what you want to
Yeah,
know?
I was kind of going to lead into that. Obviously, current brand hype at the moment for Batch 3 that has dropped, which I have no idea what cask that is.
Chard? No, what was it?
Is it Chard? Charred red wine
The
cask?
Offerman?
Chard.
No,
Chard, yeah.
Doesn't
So it
matter.
dropped a few weeks ago. Oh, not a few weeks. A month or two ago in the US, and it's dropped.
It's next year, right? May.
What's that far away?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Oh, I thought it was next month.
I don't think so. I think it's like.
Oh,
I think
no,
I'm sure
okay.
it's like next year.
And who doesn't love...
Hyping up massively for a drop.
Nick Offerman. So...
Parks and Rec, great show.
Exactly. So this is 92 proof, just to kind of stick with our regular shooting scandal. Scandal. It's very scandalous.
Scandal?
46% age, 11 years old. It is $120 Aussie when it dropped at the Whiskey Club.
Yes.
That was close. And $159 in the US is what I've seen the current going rate.
Oh, going rate. But current going rate in Australia is
300.
Yeah, like
350.
Money do you have?
AWA 300-ish last month.
Was that batch one or was that last year's Guinness?
Batch one. 260, 270.
No,
Jesus.
What's that? Yeah. I would have expected a bigger jump, but yeah. It's just a Lagavulin, so it doesn't matter.
Anyway, so we don't want to do anything with Diageo either in the future. That's why not? We've already burnt Nectars in the last 2 weeks. Might as well burn.
You got it.
Sorry, yeah.
He was the coolest. He had bells. He broke the cork.
That's fair.
He's the
We're
greatest
having
guy.
bells now. It is the cask is bourbon cask. Thank you. And they use rejuvenated and revitalized. I don't know what restored cask, and they basically sounds like they're just rebuilding X cask.
Refill and
Rejuvenated. I don't know.
Bourbon.
She's skirty boy.
Husks.
Obviously 100% malted Barley on that sucker too.
Oops. Bit
Bit of dribbly boy.
drip drop.
So last week we were 1 ep since last spill. Now
we're no eps.
no eps.
Best bit is Jesse's going to be walking around his apartment at one point thinking, what's that smell? It's just going to be Isla. It's fucking...
There we go. I gave you a big pour on purpose.
Thank you.
Get in there.
I'd love to, but I'm going to read my little notey notes.
Read your notes.
So Lagavulin and Nick Offerman collabed for this 11-year project. Obviously, Nick is more commonly known for his role in Parks and Rec, and his favourite wiki being Lagavulin.
16.
Makes this an incredible project. Now, he has previously stated that Lagavulin 16 is the nectar of the gods, hence
Yes.
favourite wiki.
Wiki. Yep.
Lagavulin 16.
Scotch whiskey.
Scotch wiki, the Scotchy Scotch style.
Scotchy style. Yep.
This release dropped 2019, and with 2 more releases after, one of them being a stout cask, and then the most recent one being that charred
yeah, whatever it's called.
cask. Half cask.
You alright?
You see, I'm going into these Islay whiskies.
I believe it's pronounced Island whiskies.
Oh, Ireland.
With an R, yeah.
Oh, lovely. So as you can tell, the boys wanted to stitch me up, and they were like, let's find the most Scotchy Scotch thing, and they had Octomore ready to go, but I was like, Nick Offerman's alright, let's kind of dive into his project, because Jakob brought it and put it up on the table, so thank you, good sir.
Cheers. I want to know from you rather than us about nose palate.
Okay.
Finish.
Fucking smoky boy. Like, okay, here we go. Because, like, you guys know, I'm like, anything 51% corn and I'll, like, fuck until it dies. And then even so afterwards.
He likes them cold.
Rigor mortis only makes them tighter. Did I hear a squelch?
You did, but that wasn't from me.
Yeah.
That came from the audience.
That did come from
That came from the audience.
Hot. Guess they're not dead. Yeah, she's smoky. So I'd go like campfire smoke.
Campfire smoke and
Kind of like a hint of sweetness there, but it's just like that smoke is not something I typically go towards.
you can't really dig through it. It's
No.
definitely like salty. Again, like a lot of Isla. You get that like
Yeah,
salt
okay, I get
water,
that. Yeah.
briny note, like when the rock pools are sort of starting to dry up.
Yeah.
You get that note. There is definitely that smoke there, but it's a sweeter smoke, not like
Yeah.
Just reminds me of like, because like our family in Scotland, so you always go to like, we go visit and you go to like Scottish seasides, and it just reminds me of that like salty sea air kind of like vibe about it. It's just
that cold,
crisp.
salty,
Briny.
almost briny.
Is that just what your family smells like, or?
pretty much. Yeah, we weren't even at the beach at that point. Yeah, definitely briny.
Yeah, you can smell. As dumb as it sounds, the bourbon
That was
cask
great
there.
from you.
You can tell it's a bourbon cask because it doesn't have any of those additional fruity notes. Like you get maybe a bit of apple, but
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say like apple. Apple was so JC. Like I'd say like apple, and then like your little bit of sweetness there, but like smoke over the top. It's kind of like
I always get like it's almost like a honey, like a floral honey note.
yeah,
That's almost that borders on like earthy.
yeah.
And that's kind of the sweetness I get from it. That kind of cuts that some of that smoke.
Yeah. No, I agree.
You get the peat earthiness that you'd expect. Just classic Isla, right?
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah, there's something there. Come on, let us know the palate.
We're getting like a funky apricot note.
Apricot. Funky apricot.
Like a apricot that's been rubbed in a shitload of dirt.
I'm gonna give you like maybe like
How were you bullied in school?
I was force-fed apricots. I went to Albany Park High, so like it's
dirty apricot.
Dirty.
Yeah.
I can sort of see that apricot. Yeah.
They're like that white stone fruit kind
Yeah.
of like, almost like a appley pear, maybe even like on that side of it.
I'd go closer to pear, but I
I
can
was
sort
thinking
of see where you're leaning with the
like a
apricot.
dried apricot.
Yeah. Yeah,
Am I
okay,
like
yeah,
stretching at that
No,
point?
no, not at all. I still get a bit of that honey sweetness. It's not like caramel. It is still more that honey sweetness. No molasses, nothing mapley.
No.
It's more natural, like more earthy. It's still quite light. It is only 46%.
Like honey from the rocks. Not
Yeah, honey from the rocks.
like bougie honey.
Yeah, like honey and some of that bird. Yeah,
But $900 overspent, never get to use. Scribble nipples.
What about the palate? You said apricots, anything else?
anything else there? What else?
Yeah.
Are you gonna
Alright. Something else.
Come and taste some notes on it. I don't know.
I think it's got that like classic like Lagavulin where like some of the other islands are a bit more like in your face, aggressive with the peat, whereas this always feels to me a bit more
Subtle.
like
Good,
you
yeah.
get that floral, but you get a little bit of that like stone fruit part of it. You get the smokiness and you get the rest of it, but it's
I
still
get, like,
very balanced.
You get like white nectarines, whatever you call them.
Yeah.
That pear notes.
Nectarines is a good shout.
Yeah.
I see what you mean about that like dried apricot note as well. I get that honey there as well. You still have that wet smoke note as well.
Yeah.
As well as some of that like sea air, that salty, stale water.
And it's quite medicinal. Like it's got that
like chartreuse.
like that. Sure.
Just wait.
Yeah. We like that slightly, like I said, medicinal kind of like antiseptic sort of like band-aid kind of vibe about it, which you get wrong like in most islands, but it doesn't quite hit that like Ardbeg smoky meat. I always get
It's
that.
not meaty. It's not meaty. I
It's
wouldn't
just
call it
much
meaty.
more floral.
Soft floral.
It's good.
It's
Classic Lagavulin.
natural, sweet. It's got almost a bit of. Oh, you guys want to taste it last night. It has a bit of that almost like dry, wet leaves, like
yeah, like a mustiness. Like
that's
like it's autumn, it's rained, and the leaves have come off the tree. That sort of
like that earthy.
not petrichor, but something similar to that nose.
Yeah.
The smell of rain.
Look at you and your fancy. Just say rain. You're like
No, but like the smell, like
Petco.
But like it's nice, and the finish is not wrong at all. It's
There's that slight little bit of kind of that like peatiness just kind of
lingering.
just kind of mellows out, but is short to medium.
yeah. No, I agree.
Comes with its own trailer, which was cool.
The newest one.
I mean, they've all had like because
Did the first one have a trailer? I didn't even
Because when
realize.
I was looking at it, it had a trailer earlier, and then the Guinness one was
Yeah, I knew the
him
Guinness
going
one.
and taking his dad to do it.
And then obviously the latest one is very over the top.
Fucking
action
great.
scene.
Like if that doesn't make you want to buy it, I don't know what will. I think it was cool. And we need more whiskey like that.
No,
With
really.
a trailer.
Can you grab another glass?
Yes.
Just so we can pour something else for.
Mini or big?
Just go big. We've got another few bottles for him to try in the peated range. So we'll go with our big discussions next. I think that'll be.
Oh.
I thought that was gone. That's still in the bottle.
I thought it was in the neighbour's yard. The speed that came off.
You go.
Some of that. Come on.
Alright.
Big
No,
boy.
JC reached for it. I'm not here to take food out of his mouth.
So this one is, what's the ABV on this one? 50.8.
Okay.
So an 8-year Ardbeg committee release from last year,
Okay.
was it?
She like sweet on the nose. What is she? Bourbon cask?
Oh, fuck. I should look this up. I'm guessing it would be bourbon cask.
This is not me trying to be like a dick. I'm just like, it's just like those typical sweet caramelized sugars you get from like
a bourbon cask?
a bourbon cask, essentially.
Probably is with Ardbeg, right?
Yeah, 2021. So this is, yeah, I would assume it's a bourbon cask. Any other notes in the nose that can sort of differentiate the two?
Not as smoky.
You don't think this is a smoky?
No, like I got a lot more sweetness out of that.
Okay.
So unless my nose is cooked after the first one.
I think it's more like that's more peat forward. I'd say that's more just like campfire smoke forward.
Yeah.
I feel like this has a stronger peat nose, but like it's a different kind of smoke. But like I get more.
Well, I'd say that's more like, to me, is more like literal campfire smoke.
Yeah.
Whereas that to me is more like
Smothery
earthy
charcoal.
peat.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That kind of it.
Yeah.
Whereas I don't quite get that like grassy, earthy peat note as much on the Ardbeg.
You still not feeling it?
I just prefer the Lagavulin now.
Yeah, like Lag's definitely got this one for me.
Can we grab another one? Okay, so we'll put that one back.
So skid mark on the side of that.
Beautiful.
WTD.
So we're going to go another Ardbeg.
This is.
So this time we got batch 1 of the 19 year.
19.
19 year. I want to know what you think of this one.
Okay.
There's a note on this
Yeah, I want to see if you can pick
That
it up.
colour.
that just.
Are you sure that's been like 19 minutes, not 19 years?
Again, this is slow. I think it's 46, 48, 46.2. 46.2. So very similar to this one.
Oh, that's like apple juice.
Apple juice. Is that what you're
On that
going
nose. Can you nose that and tell me if I'm...
I know what the note is though. Like it just jumps out at me.
I'd go like sparkling apple juice for the
with?
nose.
Sparkling apple juice. That's an interesting one, actually.
Well, listen, you give a bourbon guy...
That was for that one, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my favourite Ardbeg.
Batch 1.
By the one.
There was a few I was going to bring, but yeah, I think they were going to be the best two to sort of... Jeez, you can't come into it.
That's more barbecue.
Barbecue what? There's a very particular note that I get on these.
And it's on the bottle. And it is exactly what it says. It's one of the few whiskies that where the tasting notes are bang on for what it is.
Yeah, that fucking shits me about tasting notes.
But it's actually accurate with this.
Yeah.
It's one of the few ones that is just bang on.
I'll give you...
Get attacked by the turkey again.
It's... The note that I get specifically is very appropriate to a certain fast food chain only available in Australia. Red Rooster. They do a very specific thing at Red Rooster.
Like a ripper roll.
No. It's one of the deep fried things they do at Red Rooster.
To be fair, I'm quite sure Red Rooster's a drug front.
It's a controversial topping for a pizza.
Yes, it's a very controversial topic.
Oh, is this your charred
Topping.
pineapple?
Yeah, it's a pineapple.
Oh, this was the
Go
chat
back
earlier.
to it. It's like literally like smoked ham and pineapple, or
Yeah, okay.
the
Like
deep
someone's
fried
actually-
pineapple fritters that they do at Red Rooster with that batter over the top of it and that like flakiness. Yeah.
Thanks for guiding me there. Yeah, like I'm getting Brazilian barbecue, like
Do you know
charred pineapple.
Pineapple rings you get. Like someone's just literally walked up to a barbecue and just fucking
Chucked it
charred it on and then just give you it. That's exactly what
They
it
also
is.
say chili. I don't really get chili, or let's say chili chocolate. I get a bit of dark chocolate on it. But I
Yeah.
don't get chili. I don't get the chili chocolate bit on it.
That's a stretch.
It's such a good bottle though.
Yeah, that's like that level of sweetness. I was thinking it was apple juice. It's obviously...
No, but apple juice is a very sparkling apple juice specifically is a
Yeah.
very apt note for that. I think.
Yeah. Some not like tart. Like
Yeah.
kind of like sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, like the more I kind of dive into it, it's just like, yeah, that pineapple is like really showing itself now, and like that smoke, and then obviously like...
Smoke's a lot more subtle. It's there, but it's not as like punchy as these two.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's softer, but it lingers a lot longer.
That's why you guys are a lot more versatile to have, because you're like, yeah, fuck yeah. we can pull that one apart. And I'm standing here going,
Oh, so do you want to try and say the name?
Ardbeg.
No, the full name of the 19.
Here we go. How many people do you reckon we can upset with the Scotchy Scotch? Is that Kaysan? Traig Ban?
Trey Barley.
Yeah.
It's good. Like, it's just...
Is that Trey Barn?
Trey-
Oh, yeah, it was
Trey.
close.
Yeah.
It was like Kaysan, Trey Barn, the same thing.
It kind of goes back to like that char, like that barbecue note for me that I get on Ardbeg. It just is
It's
so
very
good.
much a barbecue, meaty,
Yeah.
but it's gone from like a beefy note to very much a porky,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
smoked ham and part of beef.
That's what I look like
Yeah.
an Ardbeg 10.
Yeah.
Like it's just barbecue meat to me.
Yeah.
It's just fun. Like I just love it.
So we've got another two.
Okay.
I'm going to go the one you brought first, JC.
Because the other one will cook your palate after that.
Yeah. So,
This is, like, I've had some of this before, and this is the second release from Ray's selection that he's done.
so what's this? Is this 11? 13? 13-year-old Highland
12.
Park. 12? Yeah, oh yeah, it is the 12, yeah.
This
And
is genuinely one of my top 3 of the year.
can I say this? There's 3 of these coming.
I hope you can say it because you said it.
No,
Also, why do you know, out of everyone, why do you know that this is coming?
there's a lot of things I know that I just keep my mouth shut about.
It isn't like for me like top 3 of the year. It's such a good ball. Like what's surprising as well because I'm not a big Highland Park fan.
Yeah.
And we did the lineup at Webster's recently with that in it, and it just blew everything out of the water. Like
Because they had the
like,
25 then, it didn't.
No, it didn't even.
25 is a
It
disappointment.
didn't even come close to that. Like that was just the standout, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like the best Highland Park I've had.
What was
One of the best scotches I've had.
what was the other Highland Park you did?
I thought it was a 13 year. I thought it was like a 13 and 11.
Yeah,
but it's a 13 and
I
12.
thought there was like another one because that was the second one. Because there's 3
That's
that's
his
been.
first.
That's his first.
It says number 1 on it.
Oh,
Single test one.
It
Something.
does, yeah.
well,
Edition
it's
1.
older. Is that not older than what? Maybe I'm imagining things.
Yeah, maybe we are. Maybe we are. 319 bottles. It's a very good pick. 65.2%.
Slaps though. Oh,
Big.
you're such a good boy for not taking too much out of the top of that. Because I'd be hitting that.
Anything.
I'd be
I'm
hitting that
trying to
like a
I'm
motherfucker.
trying to like kill stuff at the minute, so I'm
Yeah.
not like going through new bottles.
Yeah,
I'm
that
trying to,
double
like,
oaked. Oh, daddy. That's a sad time.
Again, this isn't an Isla.
Yeah.
This is an Orkney Island, which is different to these.
Yeah.
But it's still
Oh,
Similar with the peat.
no, I wouldn't say there's any. Like, compared to those, I'm getting a lot more red fruits. So, not like your typical,
Just fucking fruitcake.
Yeah.
Fruit, Christmas pudding, fruitcake.
Because it's a sherry cask, obviously. Is it? Yeah.
I would've-
First fill European oak sherry hogshead, yeah.
yeah.
Just
It's so much fruitier.
And just the colour alone.
Yeah.
and it's 65. Like it's massive. It's just a classic Bray pick in the best possible way.
Because
Just big, bold.
Barrel and batch as well.
that's the 450?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you noticed the cork on it as well? It's like a cork and a
Recess.
screw top. It's just
Yeah.
top as well. I didn't
Who
know.
else does the recess corks?
That's cool.
No one that I've played with.
No, someone else does. That's delicious.
Yeah, I know.
that is smoky. I wouldn't call it peaty, but it's smoky. It's got lots of that fruitcake, that Christmas fruitcake, Oloroso or sherry rather, sweetness coming through those
Just an excellent like example.
dried
of
berries.
good sherried scotch.
Yeah. And then the last one, so we can actually cook Jeremy's palate.
Are we doing anything specific out of this batch one?
No.
No, cool. We're just gonna fuck with everyone.
Yeah. So we've got the Octomore 7.1, so an older one. That was a sad cork pop. One of my favourite Octomores, and the 7 series is my favourite.
Oh, you can even tell. Look shit.
This is a 5-year, so it's going to be a lot more.
Green forward.
The smoke and peat is going to be a lot more evident. So as you age,
Aggressive.
it softens.
Do you know what? I don't actually. That's not overly peaty because that's.
58.
Oh, so 7.1 because that's like is that parts per micron of peat?
No,
Is
no.
that
So the parts
how
for this
they-
are like 189, I think it was.
Higher, I think.
Was it? Yeah, maybe it was higher than that.
200, wasn't it?
208, yeah. 208 parts per micron, yeah. So this is one of the more peaty ones. I think it's like the second or third. Yeah, there it is. 2.8. Second or third most peated that Octomore's produced. So you can taste it on the palate.
Yeah, so that's like really came through on the palate.
I fucking love Octomore.
Yeah, so.
Do you know what? The nose on that is not too bad. What are we?
The nose on that is not too bad.
That is not as bad as what I thought it was going to be. Like all this hype, they're like, yeah, Octomore, it's like a kiss from your, I don't know, log cutting grandfather, and he's just going to spit in your mouth. And I'm like, it's nothing like that. It's like that 60% with that smoke.
That's the thing that shocks me most about Octomore is how well put together it is, because you read what it's designed to be, and the ppm and the P and everything else. You read it and you go, oh, this is going to be horrible, or this is going to be like unbalanced or chaotic, but it's still so like subtle in certain ways, and then just like what you'd want from Octomore, it just fucking slaps with that peat smokiness, brininess.
Thank you.
It is briny. Briny's the sort of best description of it. It's sort of like those like cocktail onions in brine.
Yeah.
That's sort of
You're so bougie.
It's not bougie.
Who's using cocktail onions in brine?
It's such a fucking poor wanky thing.
Yeah, it is. Like that's what we're putting on our little jats and.
It's exactly that, and then it's got that like again caramel sweetness. It's got plenty of salt again because it's briny. That smoke is there. It's sounds weird. It's like a low level smoke, but a dense low level smoke. Like it's not like massively in your mouth. It's across your tongue. And that's about it. But it's thick.
Yeah, and the thing that shocked me the most about it is it's like 59, like 95.
Whatever it is, yeah.
It's like just short of 60.
59.5.
Yeah, like it's
and I was like tasting it, and I was like, okay, yeah, a little bit of smoke, and then it was like bang, 60.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, hello, okay. And like I was expecting, as you said, to be like off balance and everything else, but like it's
just so well put together.
Yeah.
And the good thing about Octomore is you get the 7.1. You get 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, and then you get the 10 years. Because they got rid of the fourth. And they got rid of
2 years ago, 3 years ago?
Yeah. And you get like the variations in them. Like, so you get like different casks. So, like 0.2 is normally like a European cask in there as well. So you might get like some sort of like sherry or tonic cask.
Yeah. Instead of just the bourbon cask.
It's bourbon cask.
So you get more of the fruitiness in there.
Yeah.
And then 3 is normally a blend or a mix of all different casks. So,
and then, as you said before, is the older, which was 8 or 10, and now 10.
And the 10 years are fantastic as well. I think really good. I just think they're a great range. Like it's just so excessive, but still so good.
Yeah. So I guess out of the peated, we'll call it smoky, because I don't know if you can call that peated.
No.
But out of the smoky range, how are you sort of feeling?
Oh, I'd be thinking that Barrel Batch all day.
The sweetness from that sherry cask.
Yeah.
It makes that so approachable. So like dangerously approachable.
Especially that's it. For 65, like it's still so good. Like it's still so delicate, but it just packs a punch in the way you'd want it to. Like it's just such a good whiskey.
Yeah.
I'd say it's genuinely one of my picks of the year so far. Like it's fantastic.
Yeah, I can see that.
Especially for the price as well. Like it was 250. Like for 65% single cask.
That's cheaper than that.
Yeah.
I'm going 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, you top 3. So you didn't like the youngest ones?
I'm just like, if I had to do it out of
12,
5,
11, 19.
Yeah, like, I'm not a huge fan of that, like, peatiness, but
which makes sense to stick to this.
And then using that sherry cask, and then, like, keeping it at that high ABV range, like, you're utilising those fruits a lot better.
Yep.
And then maybe even it's hard because it's like that's good too. Once you said like that pineapple, I'm like, yeah, okay, I see that. And then it's like a hint of fruitiness, but you're still getting a lot more of that sweetness there from that bourbon cask.
Like this is tropical fruits all day, where this is winter stewed fruits all day.
And I'd fuck with that, and that's like bourbon territory essentially. Or like Australian whiskey.
Which also
I go that I like
In that order.
In that order, like this is always like I bought so many of these because I fucking love it, and that is delicious and that is good. If it was cheaper, I'd probably put that ahead, but it's not.
What's the going rate?
These days, like 500-600. Was what 350?
Yeah, it was like 380, 400 maybe.
Better off buying Starwood Nova.
Beer.
I
might as well say twofold at that point.
I would go.
You held that rather well. I was expecting you to throw it.
that.
Yeah.
But again, picking three they're all different, and I'd have them for different reasons.
Yeah, no, they're very different sort of things.
But I'm just that big part like that pineapple nut is just
Delicious.
Something else.
fantastic.
Yeah. So going back to what we were originally tasting, the By Pass, Jeremy. By Pass of the Offerman edition Lagavulin, or Lagavulin Offerman edition, whatever it's called.
Like 120. I'm like I can better utilize my money more towards bourbons, but to keep.
Is that a laugh or is that?
I don't know what that was.
Another.
Oh, the crowd's being noisy.
Yes, naughty.
Noisy.
They're being naughty. Listen here, Granny, being naughty. Yeah, for the Lagavulin, I'm not too sure. Like, I'd keep it on the shelf for like when you guys are like, "Fuck, I'm over bourbon," and I'm like, all I've got is Starwood Nova.
Why is that your go-to for a non-bourbon product?
Because I know how much you love Starwood,
Right.
and like 4-year-old Australian, not even like under 4 years old Australian red wine cask finished juice. You're a huge fan because that's really the only
big fan of that.
That's the only brand you haven't burned at
Red
this point,
wine.
so we're close. Let's just try and keep at least one brand on board for you when you drive your own bourbon bus around. JC, mate, what do you think?
You didn't even give a thing. Buy, bar, or pass.
No, I kind of wanted to move on and come back.
I'm guessing you're saying it's a pass then, because I don't think you'd buy that at a bar, and you're definitely not going to buy that for yourself. So it's a pass.
For me it's the buy. I mean, especially nowadays when you consider what Lagavulin 16 is, getting up to like 160, 170 in some places.
Yeah.
I think that 120, 130, and if you can get the new one, 140 when Whiskey Club drop it, I think that's a buy. Especially because, hell, if you don't drink it, keep it and
Flip it.
Yeah, double your money or something like that.
Okay, I'm buying a batch 3 when it drops, and that's what I'm hearing.
But the whiskey's good. Like that's the just classic Lagavulin. It's a buy for me.
Yep.
Message Seamus when it drops.
Obviously I bought it. I would never buy a second bottle. I would buy the first, but I wouldn't buy a backup. It's good. I prefer the 16. I prefer the caster and plate that they do as well.
Yep.
That's interesting. I mean, you're on you, but I'd buy it once, but that's it.
Okay, that's a very sad time because this is the last time we'll use buy or pass. Moving on to a new method.
Oh,
from the new book. Yeah, you guys did.
Oh wait, is this the last page?
This is the very last page, my friend.
Oh, luckily I made sure you did it.
Yeah.
Yes, so this is like a very interesting way to end the book, but I will have
153 pages. That's a weird number of pages to a book.
I don't know how many. I just went like, how many can I order? And I was like, that many. Fuck it, let's go. Actually, I think I started at like 60. No, I think I started at like 63 or something. So I was using a different notebook.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
It's a happy page.
54. There you go.
All the happy page.
Oh yeah, 100 pages. That makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's good though.
Good way to finish your book.
Yeah, great way to finish on a Scotchy Scotch. But
Scotchy Scotch.
Everyone raise a glass for a sippy sip. And
I'll go the 19. Fuck it.
Pick something good. There we go. Thank you, gents.
Cheers.
Daddy.
You're gonna have to shot that one.
Yeah, that's still available as well.
Really?
So
Buy it. Yeah.
buy it.
That's too good to shot.
Shot it,
Ah.
and then now you'll do this one.
On this one. No, just drink this one.
You give him the octo.
I breathed in. Never breathed in.
We're being
I'm
told
just
from the
saying
audience no.
Yeah, Emma's just putting me in the
Anyway,
shower
we'll
tonight.
see you all fucking never.
Yeah, that's it. We're probably going to get cancelled.
Peace.